Hi, I'm Tealish and you're watching Coffee and Clix. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe, and click on the link tree found in the description of this video for links to my media content. Enjoy, and don't forget, wake up and smell the Clix. Hi, I'm Tealish and you're watching Coffee and Clix. Today we are joined by Team Majestix, three members of Team Majestix, Patrick, Yapjoco, Jeff Bullard, and Mr. CliXso, David Cologne. Hello, everybody.
Thanks for having us on.
Welcome. I wanted to, we're gonna talk about a lot of different topics. I guess just HeroClix issues that are going on, or topics that are current right now. And I know that Majestix, based out in California, that's your store, Patrick. That's your store, or
I have a Majestix in Southern California, and Jeff owns Clix Collective in Northern California.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, and so you guys, I know that you play a lot of. You have your own format. Majestix is kind of famous for their own format. They have the Majestix Age,
Bronze Age.
Bronze Age. Okay, so it's Bronze Age, and they have their own band list as well.
Everything, yeah.
So, but I mean, what do you think about the Silver Age that was just announced by WizKids? What are your initial opinions about Silver Age?
I guess I'll start it, and I would say about time.
Ditto. That was my first comment.
We started it because we didn't always want to play modern. Locally, at least out in the West Coast. I don't know how it is in the East Coast because WizKids is closer, so they have more influence of the influence that they have is stronger out there because they're closer to out there, so they could keep promoting modern or whatever. And I'm pretty sure you see a lot of the people that work there just around the local stores, and that's all they're promoting. But out here, since we are so far away from them, we want to do something different. So we did Bronze Age. It actually started out as Rock Age when the Rock was not part of WizKids yet. And we did anything with an Oreo base because that's about the time they changed their philosophies, dial design, things like that. And that's also kind of when they did their first power. They changed a bunch of powers. I guess one of the ones was perplex, prob, and outwit were now minimum range 6 as opposed to just 10. Things like that, Smoke cloud gave -1 to attack now if you were on it, things like that. So that was when they did the first kind of rules change. So we did that, and Oreo base was just the easiest way to
distinguish the difference.
Yeah. And then the ban list was curated. Ironically enough, one of the first people on the council to curate the ban list was Kenny Pena. So he wanted, just a quick little anecdote here. When I consulted a bunch of, the top players at the time that were playing, all the suggestions, his ban list was like 15 or 20 things long, and George Masu's was 2. So Kenny wanted anything nah, it's too strong, and Jeff and George is like, well, we want to play good stuff. And then we had to take that into account, and that's how we've curated the ban list. So.
Okay, and I mean, just curious, what is your school of thought on coming up with a ban list? Do you let people just kind of play what they want, most of the time? Do you believe in a short ban list, or do you believe in a longer ban list?
Well, we want to make it short so that it's not so hard. But there's two guys on our in the council that their job is to break the format. It's PJ and Adam, PJ Bolin and Adam Friedman. So they're always coming up with stuff. They sound like the
right people for that job.
Yeah,
they do a great job.
They play. They have a lot of input. There's always a lot of rules, queries. My head judge Alex and Adam are always going on like debates on rules because there's no support for any of the older rulings, and they just kind of delete them from the forum. So we just kind of have to remember and extrapolate it from our own experiences and deduction. But once we, like Jeff, he'll tell you, we always have this like debate discussion in our group is let's get some data first before we make a decision, because if we make a decision without any evidence of it being bad, then we're just doing it for no reason. So that's what they did, and Jeff and Adam actually did a video of why we did plastic explosives, because that was like a big topic of debate. And they're like, okay, here, we're going to show you. And there was like a series of how many games that they did. And it's like, okay, then we have to ban it. Also, we get results from our events. Back when we used to have a lot of events, and it was kind of like a traveling circuit all over the Western United States, we found that the Book of the Skull was so overpowered. It was on in any top 8 or top 4 of our series, our circuit, there was always, I would say half or more was a Book of the Skull team. Mm-hmm. And so we decided, let's just ban the resource, but you could still play the hammers, things like that. So, we look at that, and we've taken stuff off the list. Like we took Jakeem off, we took Super Scroll off once they've updated the rules on powers and stuff like that. Because they were on there because we didn't have the outwit rule where you can just outwit anything that you just name a power and it's outwitted. Before, the old rule was it had to be showing.
Yes.
So that made so that made Jakeem, Super Scroll, Goblin King, that made them like almost impossible to deal with because you just can't outwit them. So we get data from our mocks online, tournaments, and when we did have it in-store gameplay. So.
Yeah, I mean, I do notice, like, even with I got a little taste of that, like the sentiment of like collecting data in order to for my recent tournament, my Coffee and Clix tournament, I had I had come up with a new format for that tournament, which was it was an Epilepsy Foundation Research Charity Tournament. And the format was CUR Pauper, so it was basically the same as a Pauper Circuit tournament, only including rares, right?
Right.
I don't know if it's been done before. Probably has, but the way I did it was, you could play any rare, colossal rares included. I just decided to let people play what they were going to play, right?
And it was a Highlander, right?
It was Highlander. I wanted to make it Highlander. Just so that people couldn't abuse certain things.
Let's play 3 Dark Phoenixes, guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it turned out though that I think 7 out of the top 8 teams had Dark Phoenix on it, which was expected. But also, a lot of teams had Franklin Richards. I mean, who was really good in that format.
Right. Right.
And just the two of them together. But I mean, like if I was going to have that tournament a second time. Looking at it, I would probably either ban Dark Phoenix or I would take away 2x2 figures. Should probably just ban.
Seems reasonable.
But I think the other 2x2 figures are fine because the way I look at it is that I don't mind if a figure is too powerful. I don't mind if it's powerful as long as people aren't exclusively playing that figure. I want variety.
Same here.
Yeah, as long as there's variety, then you can have powerful figures. So it's fine.
One of the things that we do talk about is always diversity, and not homogenizing the format, like you said, if everybody's just like you said, you saw 7 out of 8 teams play Dark Phoenix in our events. It was just Book of the Skull over and over and over, and it makes for like almost a boring format because you just know you're going to see it over and over again. Right. So that's one of the ones, you know. The other one too is being a degenerate, like playing a degenerate game, like Black Swan. You can win on turn 1 if you win the map roll.
Yeah, okay. Without even rolling dice.
Yeah, that's dumb. The Legion chain with the Penguin. That's why actually we were talking about, so we're probably going to be banning Penguin Fast Forces just like they did. They actually just beat us to the punch because we were already discussing this. But the Penguin changes so many things, and that's one of the reasons we had to ban Legion, because you could just literally spend 30 or 40 minutes just self-attacking, or like, you know, attacking Penguin, making Legion pogs over and over and over and over and over.
Do you think that that figures abusable in the current Silver Age the way it is now?
Yeah, because Legion and Penguin are both legal.
Well, Penguin.
What else,
banned.
Jeff? Isn't there something
banned.
else?
It's Silver Age.
In Silver. Oh, yeah. Well, Legion should be fine, right? But I think if there's anything, let me ask you this: is there any effect that grants mind control? I think Adam already went over this.
Outside of equipment, because equipment
that grants your team, like people within 4 have mind control or something like that.
I don't
think it's
think
just
so.
because is it the MI? No, it's not the MID.
Emma says you can't target them.
Yeah.
4
okay,
or 5.
then it's not, because if that's the case,
the inspiration.
Yeah, because then you could keep doing this with the Jean Grey. You just keep so Jean Grey would take place of Penguin, and you just keep making the Legion pogs. But it would require you to have all that, you know. You need to have
mind control.
Yeah, you need to have effects where everybody just has mind controls. You can just keep doing, and you just keep making pogs. But yeah. I'm sure there could be something. I mean, isn't there like a Psylocke Jean Grey thing already?
There is.
In that format?
They already eroded Psylocke though. There was an interaction with Jean Grey and Psylocke where there was infinite mind control.
Yeah.
Attack.
Oh, they changed the Psylocke. Okay.
Because they made it a free, but currently under the rules, you can't activate the same free more than once per turn. But that looks like that may change with the new rules, because they have the Flash that has the double charge that's free attack.
They actually eroded Psylocke though. They actually
because its mind control is free. If she hits with blades, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
What was her? What is the errata on her now?
So initially it was if she hits with blades, she can use.
I thought it's just with a close attack.
Oh yeah, I think it was just with a close attack.
No cost.
Mind control at no cost. So now it's if she hits with blades, free mind control.
Okay. So then you can't do it infinitely because the blades is not. Wait, is blades passive in the new rules?
So blades reads in the new rules. Instead of normal damage for a close attack, you can roll a d6.
But it's passive?
Yeah.
Almost everything's passive now. Yeah.
So then you can still do it then, right? You can still do it then, right?
Yeah, that's what Adam was talking about. Because I took her off the ban list, and Adam's like, "Why?" He got frustrated. He's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Well, under the current rules, it doesn't work. But post rules, once we get the comprehensive rule book, we'll have to evaluate it again."
Yeah, they're gonna have to say they might. You know what they might change about it in the comprehensive rules. They might bring this back, because there was a rule. If you ever looked up Magog from the Superman set, the rare, he has, when he hits, he can use. He can be given like a power action as a whatever for free. He could do something. He could do an action basically.
Yeah.
But what they ruled was, because then they're like, oh, so can I just keep charging? And then they said, well, if you could be given I think it says you could be given an action as free or something. Mm-hmm. So you would be giving him charge, but as free. So charge is free, which means you hit again. You can't give him charge again because you already used the free charge part. That's like, because it's basically using outwit multiple times or perplex multiple times. In just this case, it's charge multiple times, but it's just free instead of a power. So they said, well, you can't. You have to give him something else. And so that's how they were able to. Yeah, that's how they reined him in. So they might bring that rule back, where
That
it's all
seems
free, but
reasonable.
you just can't use it again. Isn't there another one that does? Didn't they just preview something where they can use something as free, or is that the Vulture that they changed?
I don't think they changed Vulture.
Yeah, I thought they had something like after something happens, they can use blah 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 as free.
The
But
Flash, they can use charge as free, right?
Maybe
Okay.
Doppelganger or no.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. That's one because he can use charge as free again, right? Or he can use
So
charge
no
as free.
cost.
The thing with Doppelganger is that he can use charge at no cost.
But they're going to change that to free now, right?
But they're going to change it to free, which means he can't flurry the second time that he charges.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's what they were doing. So that's how they would stop these chains, because you can't be given that same free action again. So the next free action he's given has to be like a regular, just like a
vanilla
he might have
attack.
exploit, and then like he could just exploit then.
But yeah, like I'm
instead
not
of
sure
free.
how they're gonna go back and change those type of things, because I saw like with questions with Kenny when Kenny did his announcement with WizKids, he said that they're gonna try to keep figures that could do things over and over again. They're gonna try to keep it that way. So I don't know how.
So
far
they
they're
might.
gonna go
Oh
into
man,
that, or
does that mean that they? Well, because if at no cost is no longer verbiage in the rules, they have to change it to something else, right?
I think that they said they're just going to leave it alone, and it's going to be what it was during the 2017 rules.
But then, so that means you have to keep the 2017 rules with you. What I'm saying is, they still need to define at no cost in the new rules.
Yes.
So the people who are just started know what at no cost means.
yes, that makes sense.
Because if somebody who starts on May 1st reads Doppelganger and they'll be like, what does that no cost means? I don't see this in the rule book. They're like, oh, well, look at this rule book from 2017. They're gonna be like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Oh, man, I gotta
for
look
a
at this
second,
now?
they were gonna have like a subcategory or something set on the very back where they had like for a Silver Age or Golden Age, something like that. To where like, oh, here's
that's what I'm saying. So they would have to have that entry though.
It's going to be a
I
thick rule book.
So let me ask you.
But they don't.
So Dave,
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. CliXso, what do you think are the figures that you're excited to play in Silver Age?
Oh man. Unimind.
Unimind, okay.
Jakeem. Oh man.
Don't say Nighthawk. You can't play him.
I know. No, but to be honest, like I've been wanting to play my Jakeem again. Like I really did. Like I've been wanting to, whether it's silver, but now I get to play like now, we have Silver Age and Bronze Age, but this is actually pretty cool because now you get to bring him back. Like he's kind of modern again.
Yeah, Dave used to play Unimind all the time.
Okay. What about you, Jeff or Patrick? What are figures that you
So
want?
so basically, my Bronze Age limited team is Jakeem, Amazo, and E3, which transitions perfect to Silver Age, and I have a pretty good record with that. So I think I'll be fine. I'm gonna
borrow that idea.
Oh, dude, Amazo got a huge bump with the new rules.
For me, it's because as long as they don't do anything with the ID cards, I'm gonna play Beta Ray Bill again. Like I'm gonna try. Like I'm gonna really do it, even though it sucks because like he can't call in those big pulse waivers anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your figure, right? Did you make that figure or?
Yeah, Beta Ray, yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully they don't if they don't take out the ID cards, he's good. Other than if they take it away,
that was my first chase, Beta Ray Bill. Actually, I might have bought it from you actually. I don't remember, but I think I might have bought a Beta Ray Bill from you.
Nice.
I know we've seen your name a couple times.
We
were
because I'd be like, hey, this is the Coffee and Clix guy right here. Because you ordered like I think you ordered like a Punisher War Machine one time.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I complained about it online too. Like I was like, because like I got charged with fees on eBay. I'm like, why are they charging me fees? But it was just eBay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean eBay's like, and that's why they're called Feebay, right? Because they charge you fees, they charge me fees. So I'm like, geez.
I wanted to add to another team I'm excited to play as my Shredders are back.
Shredders.
Oh yeah, Shredders.
Terrorize people with Shredders.
I actually just bought a mini Shredder because
nice.
I've never.
Oh man.
I've never. All right, so this is actually a funny story about mini Shredder. back when I was like, because I'm kind of a collector too. I like to collect all the figures. Like a lot of, I like to. I'm both a player and a collector. But Mini Shredder I could never get into just because he was so tiny. His sculpt was so tiny. I was like, why am I paying this much money for something that you can barely see? Right?
Yeah.
But then, like, and so I never really got into playing Shredders. But I did get, like, I think I got Claw Shredder, and I got, actually, Patrick, I think I got the Claw Shredder from you, too. It's funny.
Oh, yeah?
Nice.
So I have Claw Shredder and the other one. What's the other one that? Oh, Shredder Clone.
Shiva clone Shark.
But I never actually put together a good Shredder team or anything. And I was like, you know what?
Now you can.
Now I can.
Man. And there's a lot more monsters and warriors out there for them to be playing with. Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Oh man, and mystical, right? Because clone is mystical.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm excited for Hawkeye because he's one of my favorite characters.
He's back.
I love that Hawkeye. Even though people say he's bad for the game or whatever. I think he was good. I think plus he's nerfed because now. Now he's kind of nerfed a little bit because of it's harder to get his damage up there, but I'm sure he could like put
that's true because you can't just no, that's so true. He might as well be pulse waving everybody for one because he won't be doing like 3 or 4
precision.
Yeah, I mean I saw somebody said you could put the power gem on him, which might be good.
You can, that's true.
But Proxemius, there's a spear too.
I'm also excited for
I feel
Black
like the
Adam
spear is
because I
better.
love playing Black Adam. The
ID card battery. That guy's really good.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about this on our podcast. Giant girls are back.
Oh my, they're so broken.
The 10 point, especially the 10-point Fast Forces one, benefits the absolute most out of all of them for 10 points because now it just has. Now, because of no pushing damage, so the Fast Force is just even better because it didn't have willpower before. It now has the Colossal Stamina ability, so you can roll to take tokens off. And then it has Close Combat Expert, so now it's just an 11 for 3 flat. Before it's
wow.
Yeah, so it retails for 11.3 as opposed to right now she has to retail with a 10.2. That's really weak.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to hit anybody with that. And then if she does her close combat expert, when she does her close combat expert, she has to actually punch somebody her own size. But when you retail in the new rules, it'll just be an 11.3. So you can actually use your close combat expert without having to just target somebody bigger. So she becomes even better, man. And she's a celebrity, which means she's a Spider Family.
She's a Spider Family. She's also Avengers. And there's a lot of other good Avengers now. I mean, Black Widow, Captain Marvel are both of Avengers.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Oh man. Yeah, it should be fun.
Star Fox team's gonna come back.
Oh, Star Fox Mjolnir. Yeesh.
Oh.
So what do you think? So what do you think is gonna dominate Silver Age?
Go ahead, Dave.
Oh man.
Dave, you asked Dave because he covers all of the. He covered all of like all the major matches because he records all the matches, so you should know more actually.
I would say, man, it's so hard. I know I've seen a lot of Apocalypse, Juggernauts.
No, he's talking about. Oh, you think for Silver? He means for Silver.
Oh, for Silver.
For Silver.
Yeah. I mean, it could still be them, right?
I mean, the only reason I'm talking about Silver is because it's a brand new format.
Everybody talks about modern.
There's a lot though. You have Justice League. Justice League got better. Justice League got a little bit better because there's a lot more now to choose from. I don't know. Now it just seems weird because, like you said, we're so talking about modern, and then now you're bringing in Silver Age. Like, whoa, hold on. I still like Apocalypse, to be honest with you. I still like Apocalypse. He's gonna be hard to beat. The Super Rare Prime. I love that piece.
Super Rare Prime. I actually like the Super Rare, the regular Super Rare Apocalypse as well.
Oh yeah. Amazing. So do I. That guy's over $100 right now, which is crazy. for a Super Rare. He's not even a Prime or Chase. He's a Super Rare.
I don't know if he's worth that, but like he's really good.
What?
He's still good. I don't know.
He's really playable.
Yeah,
like him and the 25-point Magneto, like they're carrots and peas, baby.
The combos, those two guys are amazing together.
You got to have the team up card though.
Yeah, the team up card, because then Apocalypse has prob. Go ahead, Jeff. What do you like? It's basically bronze.
With like,
Jeff has a term for Silver Age.
Yeah, it's Silver Age now. I had to change.
But you have a term to call it.
Oh, the Diet Coke of Bronze Age.
Yeah, there it is.
So I think definitely the Alpha Strikes are going to come back, because you have Renee, who can phase heck of far with the sidestep. You have Overdrive, which is just going to go. Samcap, if the IDs are legal.
Yikes.
Samcap Micron is a super solid combo. I think.
Well, you know what? Just real quick, the Tilly is even better because of the no minus to your movement now.
Yeah.
So she just moves 15. She just moves 15 now with Samcap. Phase 15. Before she would have to move 9. Yeah. Before she would have to move -4 +3. So that it's not that good, right? Because she can't get that. Oh, and she has sidestep, right? Oh,
yeah, God. She has sidestep. So it's like she's moving. She's gonna be in your face real quick. She's got prob.
She's gonna be in your starting zone.
Yeah.
You're gonna be starting. Really good. That's 17 squares, man.
And then I think some of the Undying teams, just the hard to kill ones that aren't going to give up a lot of points, are going to be a thing, because you have Corrupt Cop, and then all the Danger Room stuff, especially without like the Pulse Wave and the Knockback. It's going to be a lot harder to kill.
Ultron
imagine playing those. Imagine playing those guys with Joker.
Oh, Joker!
Like,
thank you.
How are you gonna kill those guys? Like they have the Danger Room and the Joker together, and you have Daredevil. Like, okay. Kill me. Like, this is going to take you 40 minutes to get 40 points.
I'm still undecided about tent poles making a comeback. Just if there's so many swarm teams, the tent poles.
I don't think so. I don't think the tent poles are going to be as good because of Black Widow.
You're right, 100%.
That's true.
100%.
Two things. Black Widow wrecks them because if they like Unimind is almost obsolete against Black Widow because all of his powers come from the Eternals on the sideline. And Black Widow says, well, you need to show me your power. No, you don't have it. Well, now you're dead. You can't perplex them because she says you can't get your power boost and you're just going to get shot. You're dead. She's a spy, right, Jeff?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
oh, Chameleon, baby. Chameleon. Hey. Oh, Chameleon Black Widow. And then when you pop, when you pop Unimind, he doesn't turn into those three guys.
Yes. Patrick, you just segue to exactly what we just talked about. Remember our conversation? The return of Sinister Syndicate.
Yeah, Sinister Syndicate. That's one. Except the only problem is that Doc Ock that made the team good is no longer. He's not legal.
I know. Sad.
So you're gonna find something else. So, but yeah, Syndicate for sure. I would say Shredders. Shredders should be. So if J Major, if he's listening, your boys are back. He plays Shredder, the Whales, like those stuff like that, and then also what was it like teams that have like Cosmic with like Groot and all those guys.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, the Cosmic mess is going to be back.
Like Mangog, because Groot.
Well, there's so many good options for Cosmic now.
Yeah, because of Annihilating Conqueror.
I was going to say, they can be Latverian.
Yeah, you mean Latverian.
Those Dooms are awesome. They're such a Swiss Army tool.
Yeah.
For sure. So, speaking of modern, which figures do you think get the best boost with the new rules?
Oh my god, I haven't even thought about this.
I think Amazo minus the Black Widow sit line matchup does really well because Pulse Wave killed him, and he can if he has the right person with him, he can pick the right powers to not get smacked down hella hard. Dark Phoenix, of course, Wendigo,
any of those colossals, right?
Yeah, any of the colossals.
We were just talking about that with Alyssa, Pat. Nimrod. You were talking about that.
Nimrod. You can't pulse wave him. Like before, you used to be able to pulse wave him so that you can just bypass his retaliating thing.
Yeah.
Now you just have to do regular pulse wave for one. Okay, fine. I won't pulse wave you. Okay, now you risk getting like
roll out.
Yeah, just getting retailed for no reason. Like that sucks. Yeah, I think that's huge. Oh yeah, that's totally about that.
The Wolverine.
Damn, that was gonna say you beat me. The common Wolverine is in there is really busted. I think in their thinking of they want to make the game go longer because they don't want so much damage being outputted, being dealt with these perplexing their damage and stuff like that, right? That's why they stopped perplexing the damage. But making like something like exploit passive makes it even stronger, and making something like close combat expert passive makes it way stronger. Because think of it like this: if Wolverine has the power gem, he's going to charge Flurry with a 12 for 4 penetrating damage. So he's doing 8.
Doesn't he have a 3 printed?
3, but so he's doing 5. He's doing 10.
5.
He's doing 10 penetrating for 60 points. In the old rules, and this is against somebody who has imperv, let's say. In the old rules, if he does it to somebody with imperv, and he's not doing 10, he's doing 2. He's doing 4 total, because he's if he has let's say he has a power gem, it gives him +1 damage. So he's charging Flurry for 4 damage, but they get to imperv out of it. So he takes 2, and then the next one's 2. So you're doing from 10 damage to 4 damage. I'd rather have it the old way and just being able to perplex damage, because doing it the new way, he's doing 10 just by himself. And to make it worse, there are 2 Wolverine ID cards in Silver Age that you can have 2 of him now on the sideline on top of him playing on the board.
So is he the new must-play Wolverine for ID cards, or?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Jeff already is like, I'm playing 2 of them on my Sam Cap team.
Yeah.
Because of the exploit, right? Because of the Blades Flurry exploit.
Yeah, dude. It's precision strike, so it's actually better. Okay. It's because if, let's say in this scenario, Overdrive carries up Sam Cap calls in Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
You take Empower from Overdrive. So now he's doing 4. You perplex his attack by 1, so it's a 12. So he's doing 12 for 4 penetrating Flurry.
And if you play Micron, he's got that 5 again.
Oh yeah, and Micron follows. That's 10. That's 10 damage again.
Wait, but how does he get the up? How does he get more damage? I mean, because with the new rules, you can't perplex damage. You can only perplex
Empower.
Damage. Oh,
Empower from Overdrive. Empower from Micron.
Empower from Micron.
Got it. Okay.
So that's 10. It's yeah, and that's also Micron, and that's also what they're moving. 16 squares, right? So it's 11 plus 3, 14, and then sidestep 16, and you drop them on the 17th. They can get to the 17th square, and then Wolverine gets called in and attacks. Oh yeah, and then Micron follows. So that So after Wolverine does 10, Micron's doing 5 because he has close combat expert with Overdrive's Empower. Yeah, that seems fair.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It seems fun.
I think in Silver it's gonna be gross, man.
It seems like there's a lot of different ways to Alpha Strike now. I mean, you have the new you have the new Guy Gardner.
Oh my god, that guy.
I mean, when we talk about Wonder Woman, when we talk about that set, we could talk about that. But I mean, I think there's a lot of different ways to Alpha Strike now.
Yeah.
Just dropping people off and then like.
Oh yeah, I mean, you could still do it with. You could do it with like you could do it with Maggot. You could do it with Atom Micron. You could do it with Medusa. You can do it with. I guess if you want to go this route, I mean, you probably don't, but the all new Wolverine makes that Jonathan Pog that takes 2. You have to kill it twice.
Yeah, it's still really strong.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it does have Battle Fury, I think, but also Green Arrow is also in the format. And that's really big for stop clicks because he's just gonna go through that.
Yeah,
and his RCE is now passive, so he can run shot with it. He can hypersonic with
he can range shot. Yep. Yeah.
And so with this kind of Alpha Strike, you're I mean, in theory, you're carrying Sam Cap, and then Sam Cap is calling it out.
Yeah, because so the thing that makes Overdrive really, to me the best taxi. Because he could carry 4 people regardless of flight symbol, and he's only 35 points.
Yeah.
So
Well, now everybody can carry anybody regardless of flight symbol.
Yeah, flyers can carry flyers again.
I mean,
oh, really? Oh,
yeah, think about your Green Lanterns. Your Green Lanterns can carry 8.
Man, they can carry everybody now. Oh man.
Yeah.
The one thing I did like about Overdrive was the fact that if you KO Overdrive, he can come back the next turn. So you
That's
just
true.
pop in the light object and then just do it again.
Yeah. So you're getting like no points because you're killing a 0-point Pog.
Exactly.
And then he pops in and he makes another one. Yeah. I think that's going to be a pretty sick team, man. Like, ugh, my God.
So what figure do you think gets the biggest nerf from the new rules?
Who has Pulse Wave?
100-point God Emperor Doom.
Yeah, there's one. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man.
He was very popular to play at 100 points.
That 4 damage hurts, man. 4 damage Pulse Wave doesn't. Oh, man, that's rough. Yeah.
Not for Marquee of Death.
Yeah, Marquee of Death actually is better now because the Pulse Wave is good.
Paparazzis or any bystanders that you wanted to push to death so that you could generate again. Yeah, like the Living Hair is a perfect example.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's right. That's actually really big because with the Living Hair, you can attack twice in a turn if you just push the first one, but now you can't.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
you know
that's
what?
true.
I'm glad. You know what character I'm glad got a big boost now is Lockjaw, the LE Lockjaw, because remember when he went down because people started discovering that you could just like incap him to death or now you can't do that anymore. Now he has willpower and he has now he's indomitable and you can't just KO
push him.
You can't just push him to death.
Wait, so this incap just become like the worst power now?
Well, I think incap is passive, so now I think it.
Oh, I get it. But there's no longer that like if they have 2 tokens, you don't damage.
Isn't
them anymore,
it instead
right?
of normal damage?
It is.
It's not an additional thing.
It's not an additional thing. It would be cool if it was, but I don't think it is.
Oh, so then there's. Oh, so then it's way worse because I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Like if you have incap and you have like a 2 or 3 damage, like normally if you did that, it's because you can do the 1 pushing damage if they don't have willpower, and you're like, okay, fine. At least I gave them damage and I gave them a token. Or if they had 2 tokens, you can do the penetrating. Now it's they're gonna have to. I feel like they're gonna have to like rework that power, or maybe have some kind of effect where people come out with like if they have incap, they all get +1 attack, or something like whatever. It's something +1 range because like I don't know why I would use that.
Yeah, it seems not as good. Another character that got a boost was Ultra Chase Thanos. He doesn't get stuck in hindering terrain anymore. He's clearing tokens off himself because he was a really strong call-in battery.
Mm-hmm.
Just with basically anybody now, right? That has that. Ugh, man, that makes Smoke Cloud that much worse. Because now stealth too, right? Stealth is a little bit worse. Like if there's
Stealth
somebody
got
next to
nerfed
you,
a little bit, yeah.
If they're next to you, they could see you, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So, what are some figures that you're going to miss after rotation? Well, it's already been rotation. So, so modern rotation has happened, or will be happening in when?
July, right?
June. So, but it's been announced what's going to be rotating. What are some figures you're going to miss?
Trouble Alerts.
Yeah.
What are the 2 sets? It's only 2 sets, right?
It's 3.
Oh, which ones?
Animated, Earth X, and Secret Wars Battle World, right?
Oh yeah.
Captain Marvel Gravity Feed, if I remember correctly.
I thought Secret Wars was out already.
Earth X, Secret Wars Battle World. No, Battle World's still in right now.
Oh, it's just nobody plays anything from there.
No, Secret Wars Battle World's going to rotate out.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah.
I'm saying like
out.
Yeah.
I was saying that hasn't rotated out yet.
Yeah.
Nobody plays anything from that set right now.
There's like
I don't know
fringe pieces.
Alex Wilder, that's about it, I think.
And Sheriff Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Well, Prime Thanos, I mean, I don't know.
Dude, I haven't seen those. I haven't seen those in anything.
I know. That's the only piece I used from that set was Sheriff Steve Rogers.
Yeah, but you would play that in bronze. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You'd never play that in modern.
The funny thing is, isn't like we were like talking about before, it's like there's rotating out, but yet they're coming back in.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It's being moved. You know what it is you're moving them from like one table to another. That's all you're doing.
Yeah. It's like the archives. You just want to archive it just like
yeah,
this.
Yeah. That's all you're doing. Yeah.
I was sad when they. Well, I mean, it wasn't sad because I think a lot of people did not like ID cards, but I was sad for some of my pieces. So it's like Black Adam now is not a Kobik. Like what happened to Kobik?
Yeah.
Now my Kobik is kind of useless because she's not useless. She's a good mind control piece, stuff like that. But for
Silver should be back again, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is that Silver Age is now bringing back all of these pieces that you could possibly use.
ID guys.
The
ID battery guys.
But what do you think? What do you think they're going to do with ID cards? I mean, they are watch listed. So do you think?
I feel like they should. I don't know. Just me. It's one of the reasons why we have Bronze Age limited, because there was a lot, just a lot of. I don't want to say backlash, but just kind of like we're over ID cards. Yeah, just like ID cards and resources. More so ID cards and resources, because what ID cards do is the joke used to be you have 50-point haha Joker and I have 50-point Peace Machine, and we were playing in the ID era, and I go, what's the difference between these two? They're both the same. Oh, but they're no, because they both call in Wolverine at 50. That was always the thing, was that's all they did. Like, of course they have other effects, but like on a straight up battle, they just can never, like, they would function differently. But with ID cards, they're the same because they both can call in the same guy and fight.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's what it's going to be going back. Now, I think with them taking out Blackbird, I think they're already like, man, maybe we should just take it out completely.
Well, what if like I had an idea that, because I have a feeling like, okay, some of these watch listed figures doesn't mean they're necessarily going to get banned, but they might get eroded for Silver.
Eroded.
Like, what if they made ID cards 10 points instead of 5 points? Would that make a difference? Because then you
definitely
play as
10
many.
points is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
For sure, 10 points is a lot, yeah.
So then you would have like 1 or 2 on your team, and that's it,
Have they ever changed a point value on a figure?
Legacy cards. Right?
Okay, so they would have to Legacy, yeah, that's one. But I'm saying from a watch listed thing. Usually what they do is they change something about it.
Well, also wasn't there a way that ID cards used to work that they changed to make them more powerful at some point in the game?
Dude, if
action tokens.
If they did the old ID card way, I would have no problem whatsoever. If they went back to the old ways, because the old ID rules were balanced.
So could you just tell me like what those
real
were?
Quick, yeah.
Yeah.
So, they made you have to jump through hoops. It needed to be at the beginning of the turn. You needed to do the basically you need to do your first. It needed to be your first action to do. A costed action, I guess. Number 2 is you needed to have no action tokens. That's huge. And number 3, I think it was just that, right, Jeff? It's just the beginning of the turn.
Beginning of turn, no action tokens.
And you have to no action tokens. Yeah, that's a big deal because you basically have to set up the turn before to be able to do it.
And you can't TK someone out first. You can't the setup for it was not as manipulative. You couldn't manipulate it as easily as you can now with the current rules.
Maybe they could find something in between those two like extremes where like I don't know. Like
they can definitely meld the two rules. Yeah, I definitely could see that. I think it would be awesome if they went back to you have to have no action tokens, because that's rough to just like. Also, I think maybe if they worded it almost like poison.
Yeah,
they haven't been moved or replaced.
Yeah, and you need to have no action tokens. I think that'll be fine.
Yeah. And make those Power Cosmic guys clearing tokens off themselves much more usable for ID batteries.
Yeah.
So going back what you're talking about, like erratas and stuff. Well, with it being errata, there's I don't know. I don't see them doing that to every single figure out that they have. Way like we're I think me and Pat were talking about it. It's a lot of verbiage, just a lot of reading. It's like no.
They're just not gonna just be like, look, if anything, they're gonna ban it or leave it alone.
Because it's already too much with all the erratas they have in modern that you have to go look up. Like everything they did with House of X, like so much. Like you have to go look up and read if you're gonna play certain things. Like and then someone might not know they errated it and start playing it a certain way, and then in the middle of an event they're like, no, it doesn't work this way.
So. I've had the same issue before. One of the games with Unimine, I didn't know about the errata. I just threw out my mind. I was like, oh shoot. So they're sitting there, everyone's trying to go on their phones and try to find it, and it took so long, and it just kind of ruined the entire aspect of the game.
WizKid's website is very slow.
I always wondered about that though. Like, I mean, I realize this would probably be tough with like production and everything, but would it be possible for WizKids to like print the cards with the erratas once they errata something?
I have a bunch of the pink guy from Uncanny X-Men and Infinity Gauntlets that got errated.
Well, no. Those aren't erratas. Those were they're fixing errors.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but he's talking about errata. Like that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Too expensive.
Yeah, I feel like it would be. I think that would be awesome. That's like an idea that makes sense, right? Like if they're gonna make something compatible with an older, they should come out with all of those cards and just have you able to get it, so that you don't have to look it up. You just look at your card now.
Yeah, they could even sell them for like $2 or something. You know?
Well, I think people would buy packs.
Everyone would buy
cards. Just if it was like magic pack of cards, and you're guaranteed like SR Chase or something of old cards but updated wording, like for $5 or something, they'd make their money back.
People would buy that big time, dude. And if like, one of them is foil, oh my gosh, let's go.
Yeah.
People love their foil.
Yeah. The way I would love for them to do like the packs would be the erratas, and then you have like the legacy ones, but the errata would have its own little pack, and it'd be like almost like a limited edition.
Yeah, that
a lot of team up cards to reprint.
Like, okay, I'm gonna give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. We don't know if they're gonna do anything like that. So what if they do? So we'll
awesome.
So
you heard it here first.
They heard it for here first.
Yeah, if they do that, then cool. So we're not gonna like indict them for not doing anything yet, because we don't know.
Get royalties for this if it happens.
Yeah, that's I think that would be such, man, that would be, not only would that be such an a relief on their end that they don't have to keep putting entries on their forum, because they're just like, here are the cards, done. That's what it is. Yeah, that would make sense.
So if you know, speaking of WizKids, if you were WizKids or if you worked for WizKids, what would be the figures that you would ban in Silver Age, or do you think we need more data? I guess.
Well, Jeff's been in the trenches in Bronze more than I have, so used to be me, but now it's him. So
like,
I defer to him.
You're in charge of curating the ban list for Silver Age. I mean,
Jeff,
what it is now. What would you add to it?
Nothing off the top of my head. I'm not a huge fan of mission points. Just seeing how Adam and PJ can abuse them so much, and they have been racking their brains on how to break them. And it's just a matter of time, because there's only a few figures, and they keep coming out with more figures. I feel like the mission points are going to be an issue. Like I said, I'm just kind of waiting for the data to see, because they haven't had this group of figures put together. So
yeah, they haven't. Like all together. For me, I would add ID cards. That's just me. With the caveat, if they don't change the ID card rules, because now that they're out, they can easily change how they work, because they're not making any more. So they can easily mess with those. I would do ID cards, with the caveat that if they go back to some kind of older rule, I would accept it. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm not sure what else. Okay. So they haven't really said how they're going to rule Surtur and Mangog, right?
I would assume
it too.
Is just it's the same ruling as the Iceman and the Tri-Sentinel.
Yes, I think that makes sense.
That seems an easy peasy one.
That was like a almost an extended discussion with Adam that I had to freaking convince him like this is how it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I was just like, it's the same. It's really easy.
Because he was of the thinking that, well, they didn't put a entry, so we have to treat it separate. I'm like, no, they're doing it with the intent of that's how it's all gonna be.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not official. I mean, is that what he's saying? Is that it's not official yet? I mean,
yeah, that's what he's saying. He's like, there's no entry for it. It's like, no, but they're worded exactly the same. So my wording was, if you were to play Surtur and Mangog, and you're using your precedents under Tricentennial and Iceman, you would put 2 and 2 together. You'd be like, oh, well, that's how it works, so this is how it works. Okay. But he's saying because they didn't put it on the watch list. I'm like, well, they didn't put it on the watch list because it's not modern.
Oh, Surtur is not on the watch list, or the Silver Age watch list, or
they are.
Yeah,
they are.
They are on the Silver Age.
But I'm saying we're talking about when they did the modern, so we were trying to apply that to the older ones because Surtur and Mangog are in bronze.
They weren't modern at the time.
Got it. Okay, so they're in bronze. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I could see his side of it, but I'm like, look, it's clear that this is how they want it to be, so we have to. Kind of like put.
So when you're doing a Bronze Age tournament, that's how you rule Surtur and Mangog.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we also have a our Facebook discussion group. Well, we always put all our rulings and stuff up there because people ask all the time.
Okay, and that's the Majestics
it's the Bronze Age discussion page.
Bronze Age
format discussion page.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. Although a Bronze Age, I have to admit, for me, like Bronze Age is always a little intimidating. So like, so much
play limited, play limited, and it's gonna be the most fun you've ever had.
Okay.
Because you could play all kinds of figures, man.
Like George comes and plays modern and limited on Sundays. Like that's his play testing for modern.
Yeah.
And he usually does very well. So
yeah,
the modern teams can hold up their own.
Yeah. If there was ever a figure you wanted to play that's not modern right now, that was good, you could play it and you'll be fine because it was good.
Okay.
So, and if you're Craig Landers, he specifically looks for cards that are the old style format, the old style card to try to break and play in Bronze Age, like Catapult Turtle. I have no idea what he did. Nobody knew what Catapult Turtle did, and he played it to like a 2-1 record. We're like, what?
Yeah, he did really good with it.
Yeah, Catapult Turtle. Yeah, look that up.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. Lydia Malar is another one.
Yeah.
Nighthawk Prime. Oh yeah, that's the one.
Well, that's the thing. So, like with mission points, you mentioned about mission points. Do you think that's going to balance like against teams like Unimind and stuff like that? Because when Silver Age first came out, I heard a lot of people either saying that like Unimind's going to rule the roost, or it's going to be
just play Black Widow.
They must have forgotten about Black Widow.
Yeah, Black Widow is going to be definitely about that. Yeah.
Like everyone got all butthurt that she got the errata that you have to pay slot points or whatever it is for.
No, she's still really good.
The plus or the rolls between 4 and 10, right?
Yeah.
So that, like you said the other day, like it's an extra bonus. It wasn't winning or losing games. Like she's still an awesome figure.
Yeah. All it was you're like it turns like a close game into a blowout.
Yeah.
I've been playing Black Widow. I played it in a win a map. And I played in 2 win maps. Haven't lost with it yet because they forgot how stupid she was. And they're like, "Yeah, you don't get that. You don't get that either. Sorry. Oh, by the way, you're under the smoke of this shifting focus, Black Widow. You don't get team ability. So I'm outwitting your life too, and now you're dead. That's all it was. Like who was I playing? That's how you. I was playing against. Omega.
Oh, nice.
You just put the smoke under her, take a token off of her so she doesn't have any of the stuff, and then you outwit her defense and you just blast her for like 5. And you're like, okay, now go. And you're like, crap.
So mission points is another good counter for one-man armies too, because like
yeah. Wait, is it you just have to
I don't know though. Because for
how's the ruling on Uatu?
Uatu, you have to prob and break away, right? And it has to be a different result. So that it's going to count on you being active to attack them. But if you can't get to them, and if you still miss, because they have such a high defense,
it has to turn a hit. It has to turn a hit into a miss and a miss into a hit. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Did they even officially rule on Uatu yet, or did they?
No, they never clarified.
Because
but either way,
one of the clarifications was that a lot of people don't know about is that whether or not it happens every time a hit turns into a miss or a miss turns into a hit, or only after the finalized roll. Like does it happen once, or does it happen as many times
multiple times?
It changed?
But against a one-man army, if they're gonna have like high defense, I think Jeff's point is you would have to actually hit at some point in order to change.
And if you hit, and if you hit, are you gonna really want to change the result again? Because what's the chances you hitting again?
Well, don't forget we have Aries too. Aries is a good mission point figure now. This is gonna be really big.
What does he do? Oh, it's whenever he makes guys, and if they die, right, or something.
Yeah, he makes guys, and other characters make those same guys.
What is his? How does he make them?
So let's pull it up. Actually, I'll share the screen. We can take a look at Aries.
Because that could be something. You know, it'd be hilarious though. Somebody plays Lord Doom, and you're like, no, you can't.
So Aries is.
Have you heard of CliXnexus?
He's number 52.
All right, so here we go. Aries, 125 points. He's got Mystic's team ability. He's got the armor, brute, deity, soldier, and warrior keywords. Real name Aries. He's an ally. He has the sideline active trait that allies typically have. In this for his friendly captains and sidekicks, modify attack +1 when attacking +1 characters with the soldier keyword. Trait, they fight for my amusement. When a character named Allied Soldier or German Soldier is KO'd, give Aries an Endless War token. At the beginning of your turn, for every 2 Endless War tokens that he has, gain 1 mission point. So he keeps building them up, and he does not lose Endless War tokens. So, the first turn he has 1 token, second turn he has 2 tokens. He gets a mission point. When he has 4 tokens, he gets 2 mission points at the beginning of the turn. It just happens every turn. Then on leadership, he succeeds on a 4 through 6. When he uses it and succeeds, you may generate an allied soldier or a German soldier.
Oh, there it is.
If you do, an opponent also generates an allied soldier or a German soldier. So that's 2 figures, whichever one you did not choose, adjacent to one of their characters. So you're generating two figures on the board that are soldiers. There's also other characters like I think Steve Trevor that makes soldiers.
Wonder
Woman makes soldiers. So then you could also just play soldiers because they're a figure if you wanted to play them.
There's just an allied soldier and German soldier figure.
Yeah. So Aries makes bystanders, and then the others actually generate the figures.
Oh yeah. No, I think Wonder Woman does Amazon Warrior. Sorry,
but it doesn't specify what it just says. Name a character named allied soldier or German soldier. So
that's pretty good. My issue would be he needs to stay alive. That would be the only thing.
Yeah, I mean,
so as long as he can stay alive, then I think he's fine.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty tough. You'd have to keep him in the back, I guess, and just
125 points.
That is a lot.
That's a lot of points. That's a lot, If it was like 30, like Herbie, yeah, cool. Let's go for it. Let's try this. Let's try it. But 125, I feel like he's just gonna have to get out there and fight.
Yeah.
Also, just for like, this is a thing because he is a top piece that people play. Is Lord Doom. If you have more guys, you can never make any more, so you'll never get mission points.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because Lord Doom, he stops you from making them if you have more guys than him, which you probably will because you're making them.
Okay.
Yeah, just those, like I said, the Swiss Army tool that those Dooms have, so being able to swap out, you can stop so much.
Those Dooms are that's crazy, man. Before they changed the ruling on like the team on those on
DJ.
No, not that one. The team up cards that had to be theme teams. Before they changed those rules, you can put Doom on the Emma Frost team, and he'll gain the X-Men word, and he can just revive every time. And they'll never make, like, they can never make a Pog from the thing, from the revival, because Doom will prevent it.
It's when those team-up cards are playable.
I think, yeah. But yeah, now it's like you have to be Hellfire Club. No, he's not Hellfire Club.
That one's playing that card now.
So let me ask each of you, you know, you guys are all Team Majestics, and Majestics has been known for quite some time now for their maps. What is your favorite Majestics map?
Go ahead, Dave.
Dave gets them all. Is the
don't steal mine.
100% the light cycle.
Okay, good. He didn't steal mine.
Light cycle has always. So here's my thing: is that I love it just the way it looks. And I've told Pat this before, nice. But also is that it's sentimental to me because, you know, I actually 100% won that before. I actually owned that before anybody else did, and that was awesome.
I love the light cycle, but I almost like when I'm playing around the house with my maps, I always like want to skip it over because it's just like it's like so much elevated everywhere.
Yeah, it is.
It's like
it takes an adjustment.
It's like unless I'm playing Astronomer, I don't want to be on this map. Like,
oh, it's Astronomer's favorite map. Jose went really far with him with the Cosmic Team and double Astronomers on that map.
It's hard to TK on that map too.
But
I'm an avid collector of all Majestics maps.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one I wanna play that one and like actually give it a shot with that map because it seems like a lot of fun. Especially you can move under the bridges. A lot of people.
Yeah. Yep.
I love that.
Yeah. Specifically, that was because they're like, so how do they walk? They can't. Like, okay, well, this map's gonna be broken if they can't walk under them. So okay, we need to make that.
Hey, Jeff, didn't we have a question with that? They're like, wait, no, you can't do that. I'm like, it's a bridge. Wait, no, they can't go under a bridge. There's no bridges. I'm like,
that's funny, right? You can't go
on
under
YouTube, guys. Watch it.
Did you hear what you just said? You can't go under a bridge.
So, Jeff, what's your favorite map?
Currently, my favorite map right now is Temple of the Idol.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
I believe that the next map we make is going to be my new favorite one. So
if I hear back from him, man, I haven't heard back from him in a little bit.
Yeah, it'll work. It'll work out. I'm not worried.
I know that it always stresses me. Because I just let you know, the guy who does our maps is also the same guy who does the WizKids maps.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we have I think he's making 5 or 6 maps for us this year. Every 2 to 3 months. So it'll like coincide with like whenever we have the new maps to give away for our mocks. Mm-hmm. But for me, I like the Perfection right now. The one that I've been playing that a lot. It's like that's a lot of fun, man. Yeah. The new Perfection map. You've seen that one? It's the Tremors one.
Yes, I've never seen the movie Tremors, so I might be. I've never seen.
Oh my god!
So that's like the only one I don't have because I collect all the maps too. I collect all the Majestics maps, but
Kevin Bacon is in it, man. Like it's so funny. Like it's supposed to be like a horror thing, but it's like a comedy. It's like a comedy horror.
Okay. I'm gonna
it's good. I mean, look, they made 7 movies from this franchise.
I looked it up on IMDb. I was like, wow, they have.
Yeah. And the guy who the breakout star in that one, like when I saw, I was like, dude, this guy's badass. Is Bert? He's the guy he's like the survivalist with all the weapons, and basically like, he's there basically saying, you all made fun of me for having all this crap, and now you need me because you have, like I'm the guy that can like save everyone. So yeah, he had all the firepower. But yeah, that's that map is a lot of fun, man. I think the guy designed it really well.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's so hard for me to pick. I love Indiana Jones because Indiana Jones is also my favorite movie series. Yeah. But I think I like Clock Tower. I think that's probably my favorite.
Oh yeah.
I just
I forgot about that one.
The Back to the Future map. That one's just really cool. But actually, you know what? I think my new favorite is gonna be because I saw it on Facebook posted is Steve DiCarlo's new Aladdin map.
Yeah,
that one looks good.
Should jump in this Sunday and play for it.
Yeah, it's limited, so you can play.
That is a phenomenal map.
Yeah.
Just
play a modern team.
It really is.
Modern team.
The detail on there, he did a phenomenal job. Like you can just see all the little gold coins. Like it's awesome.
Yeah. Everybody has guessed it so far at the store. So
what is going on this Sunday? So there's a tournament this Sunday, or?
Yeah, every Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we hold a Bronze Limited mock, and then every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we hold the regular Bronze Age mock. And it's usually 3 rounds of Swiss for 6 to 8 players. Anything more, I'll run the appropriate amount of rounds. And yeah, just good time. Guys hanging out, getting to play some Quicks online.
Okay, and where do you actually sign up for that? Is there a Discord for that? Or?
On the Bronze Age format discussion page, I post weekly announcements for signups. And then you send me your build sheet. I set everything up for you guys, and I make it as easy on everyone as I can.
And then there's
Bronze Age discussion.
Yeah.
Facebook.
And then you'll get the link to you'll get a link to the Discord too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
cool.
And then if you're lucky, Mr. CliXso will grace us with his appearance when he can I record the last round, guys?
Yeah. And everyone says it's funny because everyone sees my little logo and they're like, "Oh, Mr. CliXso's here."
Yeah, Mr. CliXso, I have to thank you for that because you helped me out with learning how to record games. So
nice.
Yeah,
thank you.
Definitely helped me with that. So
appreciate that.
I'm
Patrick's tech guy now.
Yeah, dude. That's
too far away.
No, but
so
what
does MOC stand
you're
for,
like
by the
talking
way?
about the Bronze Age stuff real quick,
sure.
Tealish. I just want to thank Jeff. You know, no one actually knows behind the scenes on what it actually what accommodates on it. What not accommodates, but what entails on it. And there's so much to that. But when I watched it for League, it just rocket fire. As soon as one round's done, boom, the next round's already going. It's awesome.
Yeah, and sometimes if Jeff will want to just play, then Steve will take over sometime.
Yeah,
and it's just like because everything is like basically it's like plug and play. So anybody, if you just follow like how we do it, it's just really quick. Like the rounds go by quick, and yeah, and everything is there. So you don't need to like have your own images. You don't need to. You just need to have your build sheet that we provide, the PDF, and then it's going to be actually posted on the Discord so everybody knows what everybody's playing.
Yeah. Okay. And what does MOC stand for? What does MOC stand for?
Majestics Open Online. Oh yeah, Majestics. Yeah, Majestics Open Challenger. Yeah. Okay. Or is it online, dude? I already forget.
I think it's online because we only run them online.
Majestics Online Challenger.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, because we started it because of basically COVID. Nobody could go play anywhere. So we're like, well, I guess we have to, because we were talking about it before, and then once it happened, like, well, I guess we're doing it now for real.
Yeah. And then it took off, and we fill up consistently. There's random weeks that no one sides up, but if not, it'll fill up full the next week. So like there's consistent events running Thursdays and Sundays.
Cool. And so by the way, Patrick, so we were talking about the maps before, and you said that the same guy that does the Majestics maps also does the WizKids maps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you ever talked to WizKids about like getting the Majestics maps to be legal, like tournament legal?
No way. Well, they have a partnership with Rock. Well, I guess not anymore, but it's also the guy who does the Rock maps too. It's the same guy. He does them all.
It's the same guy.
But
okay.
But basically, since the Rock and WizKids are partners, they already have their maps legal for them. There's really no reason for us to be in there because they already have the Rock. But now maybe since they're not
partners
official
anymore,
partners.
Yeah.
I don't know, but then that means we would have to be official partners if it ever went that route. And I don't think we still want to have like our autonomy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
so like
if not, then we
thing, or is it like a licensing?
No,
thing?
because then like we have because like then we have to follow all of their like rules and regulations for everything. Because I was talking to Howard about this, and he's like, "Oh, we can't have they can't have Rock Age anymore. They can't do this. They can't." Like he was telling me all the different things. I'm like, "Wow, that's a lot of like hoops to run through."
A lot of restrictions.
But of course, yeah. But then on the other end, he did get a lot of prizing from them, so that, you know, it works out. So I guess it's a give and take. So I'd rather just, you know, we're already, you know, we're fine the way we're doing it. And, you know, we do have hopefully we can do the 2K at the end of the year. That's what everybody's playing to get qualified for.
Yeah. For the 2K. So,
yeah, invitational.
Okay, and that's like the big tournament, the big Majestics tournament.
Yeah, December. So it's like the Rock Cup, but for us, it's the invitational. Majestics Open Invitational. The last time we did it was 2019 or 18, Jeff. When did Steve win? It was December. It was December 2018, so it was basically 2019.
That's right.
And is it exclusively Bronze Age, or do you guys ever run Modern?
Oh, so when we did it, it was actually, we have the video up on our Facebook page, but it's a multi-format, multi-day event. So it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and at the time we did. It's going to change now, but at the time we did. It was sealed, draft, modern, and bronze. And then we would basically take the composite, your composite record score, whatever, and then we would take the top 4, and then it's bronze at the end. Top 4 would play for first, second, third, and then there's pricing. The pricing went down to 8, the top 8, and it was invitational, so only 8 people got to qualify throughout the year. And then, but we would have a side event, like a 1K side event, where it was just modern, and we had a lot of people for that too. So it was like, it's like if you're familiar with like Magic or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, it would be like a smaller, very small version of like a Shonen Jump or Grand Prix.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
And
so it's like a mini convention, HeroClix convention.
And these mocks, do they
feed into
qualify?
That,
yeah, they help you qualify.
Yeah, we haven't updated. Adam needs to update the points, but our site has the rankings. So if you go to openseries.majesticsccg.com and you click on rankings, you'll see like who the top ranking. That's how you know that Steve was Player of the Year last year, and he got to design the map because he was the #1 ranked over the course of the year.
Yeah,
and that's it's not only the online challengers, it's also in person, but it's just obviously with COVID we couldn't. But we had
trials,
like trials. We had 1K events, qualifiers, and like regional stuff like that. So it just scaled up, and then the 1Ks were supposed to be quarterly. So it's a first place is a 1K prize. Everyone shows up, and then like another 4 would be regionals, which are a smaller version of the 1Ks. And that would be held at like Arizona, Nevada, wherever else we could do it. And then the individual stores can run trials. So the trials, the winners get free entry to the 1K that would be coming up.
Yeah, and we try and run like 10 trials for
it would
each of the
feed,
1K.
And it would feed into it. Yeah.
For the 2K Invitational, you said that only 8 people qualify?
Well, that was the first one because it was the first one we did. This time we're doing it. If you look on the Open Series page again, it'll tell you how you qualify for the invitational. You need to qualify through points, or automatically if you don't win a regional or a 1K, you have to qualify through points. Otherwise, you automatically the only way you can get is if you automatically qualify by winning one of these events. So, are you familiar with the Ncaa Tournament?
Yeah.
So it would be the at-large versus the automatic bids. So if you win your conference championship and to get into the tournament, you're automatically in. The at-large, you have to they did it through a criteria of points and stuff like that. And so that's what it would be for us. So for example, you would need I don't know, let's just say 50 points. You would need 50 Open Series points to play in the Invitational.
Okay.
Or
how many people
if you just win the trial, you're in.
How many people do you anticipate being in the Invitational then? Like, what's like the average number of people?
Well, I'm not sure. I haven't looked in the last one, but the last one we would have, if we opened it up for more, we would have gotten 20, 30, 40 people easy. But we had to shut it off because it was supposed to be an invitational. You had to be invited only. But then because the feedback we got, we had to open it up for more. So, but there were 8 people for the invitational. But then like the side main event, we had like 25 or 30 people, and that was like a side event that was going out at the same time as invitational.
Oh, that's cool.
So you add those two together, we would have had over 30.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. So this sounds really cool. I mean, I'm definitely gonna check out your Facebook group because I want to definitely
play on Sunday.
I don't know if I play Sunday. It's Easter, but
Oh, okay. The next one then. The next one.
Yeah, maybe I'll do the next one for sure.
Yeah, I'll send you the link so you can sign up for the group. Yeah, and
also I encourage everybody that's watching to go do the same and check it out. So let's just talk about the rules changes for a little bit. I mean, we already talked a little bit about them, but I mean, I'm gonna go through a couple of highlights of the rules changes. You guys can just tell me what, like, yes or no, like thumbs up, thumbs down. What do you think? You know, what is your opinion about them? First of all, carrying flyers and no modifier to carrying. Thumbs up or thumbs down to that?
I don't know. For me, it's like, okay. I mean, the no minus, I think that's cool. Yeah. Carrying the flyers, I guess. I don't know. I guess we'll see, because that was like a major distinction before. So I guess it would have to be, I'd have to see it in action to get used to it. But
do you think it's abusable or?
Maybe. I know it would be. I remember it was a premium for people. It was a premium to find taxis that can carry flyers. I just remember that being like, that's why Overdrive was a big deal. Pip was a big deal, and Voyager was a big deal. Because otherwise, you could just play people like Kite Man. This is the cheapest, best one, but because they can't carry flyers, it's a premium. Now, there's like no premium at all.
Yeah, now Kite Man can carry flyers and doesn't push. So
yeah. So there you go.
What about changes to Pulse Wave and Quake?
Oh, I don't like the Pulse Wave one. Pulse Wave
bad.
Way. That's bad.
I agree. I mean, I see what they're doing with it, but
that was okay. Here's, you want to know what I think? This is just the they don't want to admit they did wrong. This is what I think. Okay, you see how it's worded, right? It says if you target one or more characters, you do 1 damage. Well, if they just wanted it to do 1 damage, they didn't need to write the 1 or more, because what they're implying is if you target 0 characters, you do full damage. Right? Think about that.
Yeah. How they word it.
If you write it 1 or more characters, it says 1+ characters, you do 1 damage, right?
Yeah.
Well, what would be the alternative? You target 0? Yes, if you target 0, you could do full damage.
This is what I got the impression of from that verbiage that they used, was that they did that on purpose so that they could use the same language with characters that are exceptions to that rule in the future. Let's say they made a card where, like, you know, in that, you know, 2+ character, you know, like may use Pulse Wave only with 2+ instead of 1+. You know, like they can use that same language. That was my impression of the reason why they did that.
Also, if they say 2+, you do 1 damage.
Yeah.
Or what do you mean? Like because to me it's redundant and superfluous to just because you have to have a scenario where there would be an alternative to that. Why you would you're always targeting 1. You're always going to target 1 or more. That's just the rules of combat. Yeah. So you don't need to write the 1 or more part. If they wrote
extra verbiage.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why it was confusing in the beginning, because you're like, well, then when would it? If they just wrote it just does 1. If they took out the 1 or more, if it just says it just 1 damage, then it would be fine. And then if they write something else later that says, if you target 1 character, it does full damage, then there would be a distinction.
Yeah, I see.
Now you can't write. Now you can't. Like if they come out with something that says 1 character, it does full damage, and you read the pulse wave that says 1 or more, and you're like, okay, well, okay, that overrides it, but then they didn't have to say that. That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, I think they messed up, and they're just like, look, we're not going to change it, so we're just going to say this is how it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's at least that's what I think. Yeah,
Well,
they just doubled down on it.
I mean, what about? Do you like the fact that pulse wave is only doing 1 damage now?
No,
because
that was the great equalizer.
Especially with,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, without being able to perplex damage, pulse wave is nowhere near as strong. You can't enhance it unless you're the one Human Torch from the new set, right?
Yeah.
But like, you can't increase the damage in a pulse wave.
Yeah, that's a thing that like
their whole damage.
Their whole thing was they don't want you just pump up damage in pulse wave. That's why they made it to 1. But if you can't perplex damage anymore, there's no. The only way you could ever do pulse wave 1 before was to perplex damage. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't RCE it. You couldn't do anything. Now you can RCE it, right? You can RCE pulse wave, but you're not doing the extra with the new rule. So I think
just wrote it. It's just printed damage. They could have made it so it's not modified.
Yeah, if they want to do it, they can do printed. I also just think that the problematic figures that something that comes out, it's just going to be that much harder. Like I guess one of the examples, I don't know. I feel like Juggernaut was kind of he's kind of a problematic figure with his effects. And now you're only doing 1 at a time. So if you do 1 and then he steals energies back up, then you're like, okay, well now that's tough. Instead of doing 3, getting him the stock look and having him to make him work to get the healing, he's only doing 1.
Which Juggernaut are you talking about? The XDPS Juggernaut or the House of X?
The House of X.
Okay, because they're both really good now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're both really good. Yeah. And now that also means that if someone just has, for example, invuln, stop, let's say it's a stop invuln. When you pulse wave, you can't, there's no way you can kill them now, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because before you used to be able to, as long as you could do 3 damage, you could get through the stop click. Now it's just 1.
So better hope you have psychic penetrating blast and pulse wave.
The other way I think they could have worded it to make it not as broken, if that's what they were looking at, and damage output, was to word it where you can't deal more than 1 damage to a character. So then, whatever. So then that way, like if they're doing 4 damage and they have that, you can still do 1. It's kind of like the Danger Room guys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that would have been a little bit better, but it is what it is.
What about knockback? The changes to knockback. What do you think? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
What is it? It's just I haven't really looked at all of it, but it's there's no more knockback, or it's just no more knockback damage.
It's a static.
There's no more knockback damage, but it's a static up to 3.
Up to 3 squares?
Yeah.
But no damage.
I don't mind the 3 squares. The damage part, no. I think that's I think that actually. Here's another thing that I think that they kind of they're kind of hurting themselves when they make these kind of, when they say these kind of things. They said they want the game to be more comic accurate battles.
Mm-hmm.
One of the mainstays of comic battles is slamming somebody up against a wall, kicking them off a building, whatever, doing something, slamming them through something and hurting them that way. Now that you just completely took that out. That kind of sucks, Yeah,
especially if they're like somebody weak that doesn't have a reducer. Like if you have toughness, you're fine. If you fall and you have toughness, you get hurt. That makes sense. But like, if you're weak and you don't have reducers, you get smacked into the wall. Yeah, you're going to take some damage. Doesn't feel good.
I think I
would have been okay with it if they kept the falling damage off of elevated, but they eliminated that
something.
Yeah.
But if they did, I mean that's so weird, right? You're like throwing somebody off a building and they're not going to get hurt. Like, oof. I don't know about that.
Sorry, Danger Room Magneto. You're not as good anymore.
No, Danger Room Magneto is really good now. Because now he has, let me just, well, you guys know Danger Room Magneto, but he has range combat expert and running shot, so he gets the +1 to it, +1 to attack and damage. and then now he can knock back somebody in any direction he wants up to 3 squares. So he can
like one of the biggest tricks people used with him was knocking people off ledges without their defenses or into walls with their pulse wave and then taking damage that way. Like that was the #1 trick people used him for.
Yeah, you would exospecs and do that. That would be. But I thought.
But he can just reposition people really well now. I mean, he can just reposition your opponent because he can.
Yeah, he can for sure. For sure, but he wait, is it just 3 squares for the knockback? Like, is that
anytime you're knocked back, it can be up to 3 squares.
So he's only doing 1 because he can only do 1 damage.
Yeah.
No, it's
knockback is just when you're knocked back, it's 3 squares.
When you're knocked back,
oh, that's what I'm asking. It's not up to 3; it's just 3.
Well, I think it's your choice, right? Like if you want to do 2 or 1, or am I wrong? I could be wrong.
I thought it was just a static 3. I could be wrong.
But yeah, either way.
Probably look that up. Well, no, it does make a difference because if it's up to 3 basically on your with the amount of damage you deal.
No, it's not. It's not based on your amount of damage you deal. That I know.
So it's just 3 then?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, that could be.
I just thought that it was 3 or however many you choose up to 3. That's what I thought.
Oh, okay. So you can choose 0, 1, 2, or 3?
That's what I thought, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Yeah, it could be. I mean, he also has RCE, which is good. Running shot.
Yeah. And
you also can't knock him. You can't be knocking him off stuff to do the extra damage to the danger room. So that could be good too.
Yeah, I think that Magneto's going to be good. I mean, I don't know. A lot of characters, but it's knockback. The thing is, knockback becomes a different animal now. It's like it's now just based on solely on positioning, and you're not dealing any extra damage. And I don't know. And then also Quake doesn't.
No more single target Quake.
No more single target Quake. No more. I mean, even like figures that give Quake as free, like Quake from Captain America and the Avengers, now gets completely nerfed.
What's the new Quake now?
So the new Quake is that you have a permanent knockback. So it's a passive knockback, just like super strength. So it's passive knockback, and then if you choose to activate the Quake, it's 1+ characters take 2 damage. So
it's basically like energy explosion,
but close.
Right, like the old energy explosion. Yeah, energy but close. That's kind of how they did it. Okay.
Thing is, you could still single target Quake if you don't choose to activate the Quake, because technically you're still knocking them back.
Oh, Quake just gives you knockback keyword.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like super strength, right? I get it.
But for any figures that have Quake as free,
like Jeff Hulk.
Yeah. So they'll probably have to.
Hulk. Oh wow, that guy sucks now.
They'll probably have to errata him, or errata the figures that have Quake as free, just so they get a free attack.
Oh, because Quake is passive?
Because it's not a close anymore, right?
Is Quake passive?
You know what?
I don't think it is. I think you activate it, man. We should probably have the pack.
Hey, real quick. So I was looking at the knockback sequence for the way the knockback. So when a character is knocked back, the attacking player places them up to 3 squares away from the. Yeah. So I was like, so it's only 1.
So they choose. So they choose 0, 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
So they can choose
up
0,
to
1,
3 squares away.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that means Magneto could go. He could go all the way. That's right.
That's not bad.
Yeah. If Quake is just the close version of Explosion, then Explosion is an activated thing. Because you can use Explosion with close range combat expert and penetrating.
Quake is not a close. It's just a passive.
It's not.
It's just when this character makes a close attack, they may target all adjacent opposing characters. If +1 characters were targeted, each character is dealt 2 damage instead of normal damage. An energy explosion is a capital range.
So you can choose not to use. Like for example, can I choose not to use Pen Blast?
When this character makes a close attack, damage is penetrating, so no.
Okay, because if somebody has protected Pen Blast, like Onslaught, then you just can't hit them then? right?
Yeah.
Because, dude, Onslaught is better than.
Onslaught's a beast now.
Because like if you can't choose to not, because I'm saying is like look, I want to attack you, but I don't want to use Pen Blast. I just want to do my regular damage.
Yeah, it doesn't say may. It just says when this
wow.
makes a range attack.
Yikes.
So any range attacks that have penetrating can't target them apparently.
So then Quake.
Oh wow!
So
yeah,
Quake
so penetrating.
So Quake sucks too then, because because I can't choose not to activate Quake.
No, the target may target all adjacent opposing characters. So there is a may in Quake.
Oh, okay. I got it. Okay. Yeah, see, I wish when this character makes a range attack, you may deal damage. You may, I don't know.
All
I guess
adjacent opposing characters.
I feel like ooh, that's gonna be hard, man.
Yeah, this is tricky stuff. I mean,
Man,
I'm sure
why they make it so
hopefully
harder?
this will all be fleshed out when they come out with the comprehensive rulebook.
Oh wow, that they're just forcing you to like if somebody has protected range combat expert and you just do a running shot, they just do nothing to you. Like that sucks, man.
Also, you have to remember with Onslaught too. Also, though, oh no, that's really insane about Onslaught though. That you just can't attack him because
Ncap, mind control, right?
Yeah, and Pen Blast, Outwit.
Yeah.
So if they have Pen Blast, they just can't damage him, right? Because you have to do a close attack. Interesting. I don't know if that's what they meant to do, but I feel like I mean, I get what they're saying. The combos are cool, but
does Dark Side? Let me look. Does Dark Side have? Is it Psych Pen or can he reduce penetrating?
He reduces penetrating, so it doesn't matter. But like Onslaught, you just can't even do anything to him if you have it.
What is your thoughts on the changes to objects? Have you heard about the changes to objects? So heavies now deal the same amount of damage as lights.
Oh, really?
That's poop.
What's the difference between heavy and light now?
There's none. You just have to have super strength to pick up a heavy.
You have to have super strength to pick up a heavy, and you can use it as kind of like hindering. That's the only thing I know of that's different.
Oh, for shooting, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. No, then. I mean, I guess they just simplified it, but I don't know.
Seems.
I feel like they're just really making everything. Instead of you know what they're doing is they're taking out the little details of the game, and they're making it
decision making.
Just like they're just making it very broad. So it's like you're looking at an art. It's like I look at it as like you're looking at a piece of art, and someone's just making broad brush strokes as opposed to somebody taking like a fine paintbrush and making the details of the face. And this one's you're just putting 2 dots in a smiley face or something. Where that one you're looking at that's what I feel like.
What about Perplex? What do you guys think? That was one of the big changes was Perplex, that you cannot perplex damage other than damage.
You know, if you know my saying, I don't care, because what do I always say, guys?
Perplex
the attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, so to me, I don't care. But I mean, if there's other ways to just do damage, which there is with the expert stuff,
yeah,
I think it's okay.
Yeah, I don't mind this too much. I mean, I like the fact that people are using Empower and Enhancement more.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
I've tried playing with the new rules, like as they stand now or as we know of them, and and it seems like Empower is like a superstar, and so is Enhancement. You know, like those are really big.
That's cool, and also the experts.
Yeah.
Dude, experts have become like the best things to choose now. Can you believe that? I never thought I'd say that.
Yeah, I know. What do you think? It combos with everything.
Do you like that change about the close combat expert?
I love it, man. You know why I like it? Because people ask me all the time if they can do a running shot range combat expert. They ask me that all the time, or charge close combat expert all the time.
You're not John Stewart.
Yeah, exactly. Or Deathlock if you look at the Deathlock Prime.
Yeah.
But I can't. But that's why. I think I think that part's cool.
So what else? There was also a bunch of other changes in the pack. I mean, stealth got changed, so that adjacent characters
That got hurt.
Non-adjacent characters are blocked. Hypersonic got changed so that you don't that there's no bonus to your breakaway. So you have to break away on a 4, 5, or 6 with hypersonic.
Oh jeez.
Let's see what else.
Oh,
got
that does
changed.
suck. That does suck. Huh?
Leap climb became passive, so you don't have to move action to do leap climb.
Mm-hmm. I think that's good. I like that one.
Plasticity changed a little bit.
No more plus and minus. It's just 6, right?
Yeah, it's just sixes. But like, it's interesting because like I saw this interaction when I was playing. A plasticity based on another plasticity figure. I believe you only need anything but a 1 to break away from another character with plasticity if you have plasticity. So.
Oh, you mean with this new one?
Like, let's say I have 2 figures that both have plasticity. My opponent's figure and my figure have plasticity.
Yeah.
If I want to break away, as long as I don't roll a 1, I break away.
Hmm?
Does that make sense?
Yeah, adjacent opposing characters can't use phasing, teleport, plasticity, leap climb, or hypersonic. Only breakaway on a 6.
Yeah, so if you have plasticity, you should be. It's a regular breakaway.
No. It says adjacent opposing characters that can't use.
Mm-hmm.
They break away on a 6, but he's saying you can, so you just break away
on the result of
this
1.
character breaks away only on any other result other than a 1. So
yeah, so if you have plasticity, it's anything but a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Which I thought was a weird interaction.
Weird, right? Like now you're not hugging each other.
Telekinesis was changed. Telekinesis had a big change where you can't make object attacks anymore.
Alyssa's so sad with her magnetos, by the way, Jeff.
Oh, I bet.
Because you can never. Yeah.
You also can't TK opposing figures. I don't know. I mean, I was getting psyched about doing that with like Zorn and stuff when that came out.
Right.
TKing my opponent's figures, but you can't do that.
Very rarely did that interaction ever come up for me, where I was going to TK an opponent.
Yeah, I understand that.
On a few occasions,
I don't think a lot of people do that.
I pulled some tricks out of my sleeves and it worked out, but
I did that with Onslaught once in the game. I TK'd my opposing figure with Onslaught towards me, and then punched him to knock him back 9 squares.
Yeah, and if you have like Valeria, then you're just dead, like in the older ways.
Oh yeah,
the older rules, but pre-watch list. Yeah. Yeah, because then they just recorded. Yeah, you take 9, you're dead.
I would TK away with Peace Machine, the character, and then I'd sidestep in with my shredders.
Yeah, there you go.
Kenny mentioned that you can barrier over water and hindering. And,
yep, that's the thing.
Non-clear terrain now, so you can barrier.
Hey Pat, so does that mean Slate got better?
Yeah,
Slate got a huge one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, no, he doesn't. The pulse wave sucks.
Oh yeah,
that's right. Pulse wave. That's right. I totally blanked out on that pulse wave.
Yeah, because that was the one way you can enhance his
pulse wave.
His pulse wave. Now you can't. Yeah, damn it. He's a monster too.
Speaking of, so also a couple of other rules changes were that the terrain on the maps. Now you don't have to stop in hindering. You can every character can move freely through hindering.
I don't like that one. It takes the strategy of positioning your guys away. If you could just walk through everything, you might as well be playing on the WWE arena.
Yeah.
And part of the appeal of getting different maps is playing the different types of terrain, and also navigate how to position, and also like if you have smoke clouds and stuff like that, how you can try to mess with the other person. So it's like a chess match. Now it's not. You're just going at it. I don't like that.
The Widow that drops smoke cloud that they can't use improved ability.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That would stop people dead in their tracks. And
that was part of her. Like that's part of like the points you were paying for was that ability. And now you can't because like that 75 points maybe it's not worth that, but that effect is like worth it.
Oh, 100%.
Now she's just like overcosted a bit. Also like things like the orange Proteus stops people from using improved abilities. Yeah. So now they can just walk through stuff. Okay. Yeah, I don't definitely. I think they should have kept that. But whatever. Like between that and the stealth being messed up, like hindering is almost negligible.
Wait, why have it on the map?
Well,
yeah,
you know what was good
it makes
though?
it that much easier.
They changed the dolphin symbol. That was cool.
Dolphin symbol got a huge bump.
Finally, water get some love, right?
Indigo battery for all the dolphins.
Yeah, that definitely. The Namor from the cap set has like gone quite a bit up in value, and I've sold like that used to be one I used to just have a lot of. Now I don't have any because he just makes water.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then also, what do you think about close attacking with multiple targets? Because now you can close attack with multiple targets.
So with it's just with the number of
bolts. It's the same way
right?
It's the same way that bolts work.
You do
range attacks. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And what is it? You get to divide your damage, right?
So it's like a range attack, but close. It seems fine.
You know what's interesting about that is like they actually had people that had those powers, and now those get a little bit hurt. Like there was an Electro from Avengers Defenders War, things like that. But I mean I get it. If they want to do that, that's fine. It'll be weird to see somebody with like 3 bolts, 0 range. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I was actually bringing that up because I was playing the other day, and I was using Trash Can Spider-Man, and he has that ability
Yes.
Where he can hypersonic up, and then no, was it hypersonic?
His is more like Batman though, because he can deal as printed to each character.
Yeah, but now can he? Or
yeah, because he doesn't target.
No. There's a new rule. There's a new rule that they it's either in the rule book or it's under Batman that say that when you target multiple people, you have to, or not target, when you make an attack and you hit multiple people, you divide your damage. Okay. There is an entry. I saw that because someone put
I missed that thing.
On one of the groups. It said, so is Batman not that good anymore? I remember they wrote that.
Okay, then I missed that 100%.
It's like, well, he's not good. He's not that good in that you can't like pen blast everybody that fast. But
and Cap mind control everyone.
He can still but he can still mind control everyone.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, well, he's just not broken now. He's just really good for 40 points.
So, all right. Well, so when we talked about the rules, I mean, they are what they are. We're gonna definitely all have to adjust to them and see how it goes. I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I'm sure that the game is gonna be a fun game to play. And now they have a whole set that's based in these new rules. So the Wonder Woman set. Mr. CliXso, what are your top 3 figures from the Wonder Woman set?
Shifting Focus would be one of them. Actually, let me have it right here.
Wonder Woman.
I'll pull it up.
Cool. Well, one's gonna be the Shifting Focus. In general, like I've always loved Shifting Focuses. Yeah, and then the other one that I liked was the for me, Superman in general was really cool. I love Superman. The 275, 125. He's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Where's which Shifting Focus Wonder Woman? Is it the rare?
I think he's like 001. Oh, Super.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of them, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. There's super rare, a common, and a rare.
Yeah. So this would be one of them.
Yeah. The other one that I love is Donna Troy Prime.
Oh yeah, she seemed really cool. I saw her previewed with Scott Porter, and he couldn't get enough of her. She was really good. Donna Troy Prime. Yeah, because she can't kill her, right? Like
that is a gross super.
What is her thing? What is it?
So she's got the Super Senses team ability that adds 1 to Super Senses. Then she has toughness and Super Senses, right? And then she may
her equipment says +1 to her Super Sense as well.
Oh yeah, so her equipment adds +1 to her Super Senses as well. So she succeeds on Super Senses on a 3 through 6.
It's gross.
And then the fun trait, the Groovy 70s, is each turn, the first friendly finalized attack roll of 7 is a critical hit.
That's cool.
That happens a lot, right? Like so.
Yeah, more than half the time.
Yeah.
This is true.
So that seems like a really fun piece. I agree with you. That's going to be a fun piece to play. And she's actually Mr. CliXso, didn't you just release a video about an Amazon team? Was she on this Amazon team that you made?
Yes. Definitely. And I kind of messed up and I did my entire team and didn't realize that I didn't actually feature her. But I did feature her like at the very end. I just put it up right there because it was on the team. I was like, oh man, no, it's not 250, it's 300. She's on the team.
Nice.
But yeah, okay. I did. It was pretty cool. I try to utilize the stuff you pull. You know, I've been playing League at Majestics, you know, and I wanted to make a fun, you know, type of, you know, if I pull this or this is a team that you could potentially, you know, build.
Cool. Yeah, and I also think Warrior's going to get a big boost with this set.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all Amazons are Warriors, right?
All Amazons are Warriors. There's so many Warriors in the set. I think Guy Gardner's a Warrior.
They're also...
Black Leopard.
Leopard, Spider, Viking. So
I was going to say, they're all Spider family. They're not Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
All Spider family, man. Dude, oh my God, that's going to be gross. Yeah, the Warriors.
Jeff, what's your like top figure from the set?
We're gonna pick mine.
I'm excited about Gorilla Grodd.
Mr. CliXso, you had one more to go, right? You had to name 3.
He said Superman, Wonder Woman, and Donna Troy.
Yes. Oh, okay, got it. Okay, so Jeff, you said Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah, he's 23. I think he's gonna give a great boost to animals. He's generating stuff. You know, unless you're sitting across from a Lord Doom. But I think just the boost to the animals.
That's always the caveat.
Because he gives +1 to attack with animal keywords. So Wendigos are going to get a boost, and then you have High Evolutionary. So the animal keyword has a lot of synergy, I think, moving forward.
Okay.
Jeff, don't do it right there.
Don't do it. Yeah, it is.
And then I was also looking at the Flashes, Adam and Maddie and
Pat. We all know who you're going to pick.
I was gonna pick that, but I didn't.
He's such utility across the board, and everyone's gonna need 3 of them. He's gonna be so fucking expensive. Oh, so expensive, excuse me.
You know what? Just a quick anecdote, or just a quick little story. Originally, they were supposed to have Outwit, Perplex, Prob for each of those, but they obviously took out Perplex. So, yeah, because this is what Adam was telling me. Originally, what they submitted was 1 dial was Perplex, 1 dial was Outwit, and 1 dial was Prob.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, so when you pay so many points, you have all 3. I was like, oh yeah, that's nice.
I'll take leadership though. Leadership's great.
Like, yeah, that's cool.
For 30 points, you can. I mean, you don't have to play all 3. You could just play the one with the leadership if you need a cheap leadership.
Yeah. And then I was looking at Felix Faust.
Yeah, there it is.
Control the board.
You didn't pick my 3, so good.
That's good.
Are we looking at Faust at 60 or 30?
30.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, he's got Outwit problem. That's already good.
Yeah. And then he gets, if you roll a die, he has a chance of negating the effects or them taking damage. He's got Mystics. So yeah, he's and you get to place him just in different squares and stuff. So he should do some work.
Man, you guys didn't pick the obvious one. Guy Gardner is the best figure in the set.
Do you think it's so?
Probably.
Do you think he's the best chase? Because there's also like Commissioner. There's also Scarab.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, if you just look at Guy Gardner's, like, man, the damage output that this guy can do.
50 points. He's got a Chewy.
I can tell you guys play Alpha Striker teams, don't you?
Yeah, we do a lot. I mean, Jeff plays a lot of it. So, like, this would be on the Guy Gardner team, right?
I like aggressive teams. I don't like to sit back and
Guy Gardner is one. Yeah, the Commissioner is good too. But yeah, so I would say this is one, Guy Gardner. And then the next one would be Chip. Chip is like, it's pretty dumb for 35 points.
One? Taxi,
the taxi 35 points carry. I think he has TK, and like his support stuff is so disgusting. Yeah, look at this, man.
Here's Guy Gardner.
12 attack.
So yeah, so he has that unique Quake where, okay, so it says Quake When Guy Gardner uses it and targets 2+ characters, instead of dealing 2 damage, he deals damage equal to the number of adjacent opposing characters +1.
Dude, that's disgusting.
It's gonna be really strong.
So if he charges like a little cubby, he's doing 4 damage. 4 damage exploit to all of them.
But then the key here is also he has the chainsaw. So
yeah.
Yes, he's doing exploiting Quake for like all these.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because exploit is passive, so exploit combos.
Oh
with
my
Quake.
god.
And then
the chainsaw has flurry blades.
Drops the
chainsaw's coming out.
The chainsaw.
Oh my god.
11 blades. Like that's nothing to shake your head at. That's really good.
And
so he's doing a lot.
Yeah,
lots of damage.
He's doing lots of damage, and I believe if they KO the chainsaw, it just comes back, right? Like
it's 0 points.
Yeah,
because he just
if no construct is generated by him this turn, generate.
Oh man, this is gross. Yes, it's basically a chewy, and he's only 50 points. So there you go.
It's an
and he's a warrior
guy.
And he's a warrior. And then, so yeah, you want to look at Chip because I think he might be the best taxi, right? Like at 35 points.
Yeah. So like you guys were talking about overdrive.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, no.
He's only got 8 speed and sidestep. I noticed that they're
that's still 10 squares.
Yeah,
10 squares still good.
But I do.
And he carries 8 people.
I do think that now that they've changed the rules to carrying, that they're probably going to make taxis smaller speed.
Yeah, probably. I feel like they're not going to go more than 10 on like even the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy, he's moving 10, he's moving 8 plus 2 on the side step. That's still really deep. But yeah, I think so too. I mean, damn, dude, TK, prob,
and he gets to generate a construct.
Oh yeah.
So construct's gonna do some work too.
Oh my
god. There's multiple green constructs if I remember correctly.
Yep. And then the last one, of course, I'm not gonna go over the chase because I think that's like one of the easier ones to do. I wanted to look up the Green Lantern, the Hal Jordan one, the one with the double stop click.
Yeah, and then
the 75.1.
We should also probably look at some of the green constructs too.
Constructs, yeah.
So where's he? Oh, he's a super rare, right?
He's a super rare, yeah.
50 or 75 you like him at?
I think you could look at him both because he has 2 stop clicks on the 75, makes him harder to kill. And that first click of defend, good luck with no perplex and Wonder Woman. How are you hitting that? And by the way, if he's carrying everybody around him, so they're already 19 defense because he's Green Lantern, he's carrying them.
Mm-hmm.
But then if he makes the what's the mitt or whatever, the one that gives deflection to everyone, they all have 21.
Nice.
What? And he has 2 stop clicks, right? And if you hit him on that stop click, it's a pen blast for 12. Come on. I like that.
So let me think. So with Green Lantern carrying everybody, giving them defend, how many Guy Gardners can you fit on that team?
Yeah, I know exactly, man. Oh my god.
3.
Yeah.
3.
Dude, can you imagine like having to fight through this? They all have deflection and they all have 19. And let's say you even hit one time. You got to hit again. Oh god, that's going to be hard. Man. Yeah, they're going to have to. Yeah, so I think you could look at him at both, but I think at 75, if you really want to play a team that's really hard to hit, man, that's going to be tough.
That's rare for you to want to play a figure at higher points. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, I usually don't. It's got to be a really good reason. I mean, this is probably as good as you can get. 2 stop clicks with a 19 defend. That's really good. It's basically invuln, almost his invuln his whole dial, right? Because it's invuln.
Another thing that I think is really cool about these the lanterns that they put in this set is that they all have the Herald keyword.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool because now they can mix and match with Marvel characters as well.
That's true. Nice. I'm like, who are they heralding for? Like, Ion? Like, so, who is it? Who's the guy coming?
I don't know the story behind that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, because all the Galactus heralds, so they're all, getting ready for Galactus.
And you guys said Majestics. You said I heard Mr. CliXso. You were talking about the league, the league that you guys play at. Is that an in-store league, or do you guys do that online, or can you do? What do you do with
in store?
How does it work?
So
Dave's
pretty
played
much,
in a few.
yeah. So the gist of it is, you start out with 2 boosters. You pay for the boosters. Every single format's gonna have its own way of how it's a more of it's a point system and a win system as well too. There's also actually a lot more to it once you get into it. But you start out with 2 boosters. You build your team. Sometimes it's 300 points. Sometimes it's 400. Sometimes you use whatever you pull. Pretty much go at it, or even swap a team, which is really crazy. So if you play like a fun team and you swap it over with your neighboring opposing player. But it's really good. Every single week you start with 2 boosters, then thereafter it's 1 booster, 1 booster, 1 booster. But you do get a boost sometimes if you buy a gravity feed, or sometimes if you get like a golden age or something like that. It's something, or you defeat one of the guys, KO this player. If you KO this player's team, you get an additional 1 point. So it's really cool. I like it. It's something just out of the monotony of modern and bronze. You just have some fun with all your friends.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've been doing it since 2010, and we're in season 36 now, and it coincides with the release of a set. So right now we're in the middle of the Future Foundation League. Doesn't mean you have to buy that set, but most people will get the newest set because they don't have those figures yet. So it's 8 weeks long. You start with 2 boosters, and then each week you add a booster to your pool, and you have to write down everything that you pulled. So we have a record of what you pulled.
Okay.
And then you have to mark off. You have to keep track of like what you played, because a format could be 300 points, but you can't play what you played last week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So then you check, okay, I played that, I can't. And it'll be like, okay, this week it's 300 points, but let's say it's week 5. It's 300 points, but at the beginning of the turn, at the beginning of the round, you switch your teams with your opponent. So then what everybody's doing is they're building the crappiest team, because one of the incentives is if the team you built goes 0-3, you get additional league points. But there's a minimum, like you can't play lower than 285 points.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that format.
Yeah, things like, or another one would be, 300 points, but you can only play pieces that you haven't played in league yet.
Okay.
Because because I want to make sure that everybody can play everything that they have. It's not, because if somebody pulls Lord Doom, they're gonna play Lord Doom all the time.
Right. Okay.
So we have a restriction of if you played a figure 3 times, it's off. You can't play it anymore.
Okay.
So
you build a pool of figures based on what you buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So each week you get 1 booster and you add it to your pool, and then you use that that's your pool until week 8, and then we do a playoff for top 4, and then we'll do another. It's 300 points, and then there'll be like things like people will cross off a figure you can't play, things like that.
And you don't have to buy the set.
You don't have to. No.
So you can buy anything you want.
Dave literally bought War of Light last time.
Okay.
Nice. Going for that ion.
That's exactly. He bought that, and then like one of the ones that he was saying, we last week was, if you buy gravity feed boosters, you get 2 extra league points, and then so that's for standings, and then so one person did because he wanted 2 extra league points, but he got Black Widow, so I'm like, well, wow. If he gets a Black Widow stuff, then we're screwed, And then you play 3 rounds every night, and then there's different things, like if you played your lowest point figure, you get a league point. If you KO'd FF keyword guy, you get a league point. Like it changes every week.
Okay.
But at the end of it, it's a playoff, and then we have like a Stanley Cup. It's a perpetual trophy that we're on to our second one now, because the first one went all the way around. And it has the first, second, and third place on there. And then it's if you look up the HeroClix Majestics League, you can see the pictures of everyone there and the standings, and it's a lot of fun, because they like to like one up each other, but like, oh, you're getting a bunch of Superman, or like, I'm gonna get this one then, or like you're getting X-Men, I'm gonna get this, or it's pretty cool. it's basically sealed, and you get to learn to play all the pieces. That's why when we do our sealed evaluations, like all our guys are really good at sealed, because we know they played enough that we know and they know what the actual pieces are good in sealed, because they've just been playing it, for 8 weeks.
And also one other thing I wanted to talk about with Majestics, with Team Majestics, is I know that you guys have the on your website, and I subscribe to it, and I think it's a really good thing for people, especially getting into the game, or that don't know about building teams and stuff. Is Apex Insiders, which is I think it's like $3 a month, and and you can subscribe, and you can read all the articles. There's articles on strategy, there's write-ups on teams, like winning teams from events and tournaments and stuff like that. So I really advocate that.
Yeah, thanks. We have some of the best players writing articles weekly, and we do have a free section, it's called the select articles. Those are open and free to everybody. Those are usually like guest writers coming in because they want to write about something, or they won like some kind of, let's say they won Rock States and they had a cool team. I'll ask them if they want to write about it, and then they'll write about it. You can read it. But if it's like the deep strategy stuff, that's going to be behind a paywall. It's only $3 a month. We've had it since 2015, and it's still going strong. We've had a lot of rotation of different writers because some people have quit the game. Or some people just like, they play, but they just don't play as competitively anymore.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm always trying to get like new people if I can, if they want to. And, it's really the $3 is just to keep the site going, really, because it's not really any, much, but it's to keep the writers paid and to keep the site going. That's what it is. And it's a lot of, I think I like the strategy and the character evaluations are really strong. Maybe some people overlook some things, and maybe they're missing that in-game tactic or strategy that they need to know about, that might put them over the top. So hopefully those articles can help,
Yeah, I mean, and also, have you guys been writing or have there been a lot of write-ups and articles about the recent online tournaments with COVID and everything?
We did, like when it was at the height of it all, I would have someone write about, like one example would be Lucas. He's one of my writers, Lucas Van Hollen. He would write about a team he's playing in either like the broadcast show or like some online event or whatever, and he would write about his team that he's playing and how it works, or he would write a tournament report after he won, things like that. But now that everybody's starting to get back to on like in-person games, we're gonna probably wait until there's like some bigger event, and then probably go into that, because the online stuff has been kind of sporadic as of late.
For people living in the California area, like, are you or for either of your stores, are you guys planning on in-person play sometime soon, or do you guys have a time?
Yeah, we've been having.
Yeah. We've been doing in-store play.
Yeah, we have been. Yeah, just been small, but when we do, like, we want to do a 1K in July, so hopefully by then, that's a solid 3 months away. Hopefully by then we can, everything's basically opened up, and then we can run our 1K and have 30, 40 people show up again. Because
the last big event we had in person was at my store.
And that was like the week of.
Yeah, it was literally the week, like that Saturday, Sunday, we're all hanging out, having the event, and then the next Sunday, Saturday, everyone's
actually
locked down.
It was during the week. It was like Tuesday, Wednesday, because you messaged me like, "Hey man, we're locked down over here."
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, it was like right afterwards.
And I remember we were kind of joking, like, "Oh, should we be going out right now?"
Yeah.
And it's like, geez, who knew? Like a couple days later,
we were all fine.
Yeah. Well, I actually, Shane and I got sick, by the way, but I don't know if we had it, but we got sick on the way back.
Germs.
So, thank you, Patrick and Jeff and Dave, Mr. CliXso. Thank you for joining me on Coffee and Clix. For those who are watching at home, you've been watching the members of Team Majestics, not all the members, but members of Team Majestics talking with me about HeroClix. And please like and subscribe. It is much appreciated. If you enjoy my content, please hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, everybody, wake up and smell the Clix. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for having us on.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.